Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Allie, and welcome to the top comment where I read and react to insane internet chaos in the form of Reddit stories. So if you like this type of content, please don't forget to subscribe. It is totally free and it means so much to me. Welcome back. Happy Sunday, you filthy animals. How's everybody doing? Are we all getting excited for fall? I personally love fall, and after experiencing my very first Denver summer, if you know, you know, okay? It gets crazy hot here. The air quality sucks. We're at high elevation. I mean, it is nothing compared to the mountain life that I'm used to. So, didn't love it. Didn't hate it. It definitely could have been worse. The summer was like crazy transformative for me. So, I don't know. I'm just living my life right now. I hope you guys are too. I love you all. On today's episode, we are going to be digging in to in-laws. You either love them or you hate them, but you can't live without them. So we're going to get right on into it. Our first story today comes from Just No Mother-in-Law, and it says, "Mother-in-law moving in with husband and I very soon, and I am not okay. My husband and I, both in our late 20s, have been living together for over 7 years and married for 2. 2 years ago, my husband started the process to get my mother-in-law a visa to come to the USA. We live states away from our family, and he has one brother that lives in our city. I don't feel too great about his brother. Just to give a short backstory, his brother was caught cheating on his wife. They have a daughter together under 7, and his wife blamed me and said I told her, which I had no idea this was even going on. How is she gonna blame you for her husband cheating on her? That's not your problem. That's not your fault. She needs to accept that her husband's a piece of shit, not you. My husband and his brother got into it really badly because his brother truly believed that I had everything to do with it. So they lost contact for a few years and recently got back in touch, even though we've lived in the same city the entire time. Fast forward to everything with my mother-in-law, and as her visa comes to an end, the whole point of this was originally my husband told me that his mom was staying with his brother to help out with their baby. Then he just found out that his brother's wife's 18-year-old that she previously lost custody of now moved back in with them, and she took that extra room that my mother-in-law was going to stay in. I found this out a month ago. My husband called while he was at work and said we needed to get the extra room ready because his mom was moving in with us. He told you, he didn't even ask you. He just said, hey, this is what's happening. Girl, run. Not sure if I overreacted, but I started bawling and I said I guess I would call him back later, and he was so confused. I guess it took me by surprise because in the past he told me he never had a good relationship with his mother and that she sent him when he was little to live with her parents, his grandparents, because they could not get along. Okay. This is a red flag city, isn't it? So I felt overwhelmed and I feel like my privacy is going to be taken away. We live in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath with 4 pets, 2 of which are not friendly, not to mention she's also allergic to cats. And now my husband won't stop saying he can't wait for her to be here. She will be cooking for us all the time and the house will be clean because she is great at that, is what he is saying. But mind you, I take pride in cleaning and taking care of my house while he works, and I am unemployed at the moment. So, oh my God, let's just get through this and then I'll bombard you with my opinions. When I finally called him back and communicated that I felt a certain way because he didn't ask me if this was even okay, he just sprung it on me. He got very upset and said I have no choice but to be okay with this because where else will she go? Gee, I don't know. She's a grown woman. Maybe she can figure it out. Now I feel torn because if I wanted to live with parents, I would go back with mine, that I just can't easily see states away. I tried letting him know we won't have any privacy. He's the only one that works at the moment, so we will obviously be financially supporting her. I'm scared it will strain our marriage. It already has. There's already a language barrier, so I don't communicate with her as she doesn't with me either. My husband doesn't communicate with her every day on the phone just because of how she is. I just don't get why he's being so positive and okay with everything, knowing of their past. I can't find it in me to do this at all because of what happened with the brother and him just not even asking me if this is okay or how I feel about it, and it's just making that decision on his own, even though we are married. I'm torn and I don't know what to do or how to feel. I feel like maybe I'm overreacting, or maybe that's just everybody else telling me. I don't feel validated in how I feel and try to understand where he's coming from with his mom, but I don't know how to. I can't even bring up how I feel without him getting really upset and saying we have no choice. I just need reassurance that everything will be okay, but I am not getting that. any advice. Yes, babe, I have lots of advice for you. Divorce! No, I'm just kidding. It's a lot of Redditors will like immediately jump to like, oh, divorce him. And I can definitely be that way. I can definitely be Redditor sometime. Today, maybe not so much. I mean, first of all, he didn't ask you if she could move in. He told you she's moving in. That right there is red flag number 1. Red flag number 2. Obviously the brother and obviously your husband not believing you. Why is everybody sticking up for the cheater who clearly cheated and is now, I don't know, maybe facing the consequences of his actions? Who said that? Please. These are grown adults we're talking about. You guys have been together for 7 years. You've been married for 2. It kind of sounds like if you've been married for 2 years and he started all this 2 years ago, I don't know. I think you married a shitty person, honestly. I think he should go to therapy, but he kind of sounds like the type of man-child that doesn't want to go to therapy and refuses. Or will refuse if you bring it up to him, because I don't see any mention of that in there. But I don't know. He sucks. The mother-in-law sucks. She's not going to give you any space. My skin, I'm anxious right now. Can you guys tell through this that I am anxious right now? I live alone. I love living alone. I like having my own space. I like cleaning. I like cooking. I like having my dogs. If anybody were to just spring on me, hey, you're going to have a roommate, I would lose my mind. I would absolutely freak out. So no, I don't think you're overreacting. I think you're just reacting. Like an overreaction would probably be like divorce and move out. But I mean, I don't know if he can't even talk to you about it, if he's not even capable to hold a simple conversation of, hey, I have to ask you something. You guys are married. He needs to ask you this. I hate him. Divorce him. I've come full circle. Divorce. The top comment says, I mean, he told you his mother was moving in. There was no discussion, no preamble, just, honey, I've made this decision that will majorly impact both of our lives. That isn't okay no matter what culture you're from. There needs to be ground rules before she arrives. There needs to be an exit plan because this isn't a forever situation. It can't be. If he's in his late 20s, that means his mom is what, in her 50s, 60s maybe? So still capable of working and being a productive member of the household. Or are you just expected to be her retirement plan? No, OP, none of this is okay. There you have it. Her retirement plan is really interesting. Like everything will not be okay, especially if you're unemployed. What are you supposed to do? Entertain her all day, every day? Chauffeur her around? I assume she doesn't have a car. How's she gonna do that? How's she gonna get groceries? Ugh, she sounds like a nightmare. So, I don't know. I just really hate how the husband treated OP here because I just think that that's so wrong not to it's one thing to when you enter into a marriage, it's basically all it is a contract. You're signing a contract to be we are 50-50. So what about having his mom move in is 50-50? What about that is fair? There's no part of it that's fair. I think it's really messed up. And I hope that she's able to get out of this because this is nightmare fuel times a million for the introvert in me. Someone else says, so you and her will be home together all day long? Sounds fun. And now brother and his family will be stopping by more to see mom. Your life is going to be so uncomfortable and miserable. Does she have to come over? Is she trying to get out of her country or is this just a visit? Do you even know how long this plan is for? I would be livid that they just made a huge life decision without my input. I would go back home and get a job even if it's part-time to begin with. It's so nice to never need or depend on anyone. You will never feel stuck in a shit situation where someone doesn't value you. Couldn't have said that better myself. Being independent really is a superpower. It has a lot of responsibility that comes with it, obviously, because you're kind of doing everything alone, but oh my god, it's so satisfying. I can't even imagine ever living with someone again or ever being married again in my entire life. The place that I'm at now compared to where I was had I not just left was so different. I mean, this would never fly. This would never fly in my household unless it was my mom, and I love my mom, but if I was married I wouldn't just be yo, my mom's moving in. That wouldn't happen. It would be a discussion, and then if it doesn't work like that, then it's okay, let's at least try to help her figure out a place of her own and see if we can help that way. And if you can't help that way, I'm sorry, grandma's gotta go. She's grown. She can take care of herself. And if she can't take care of herself, maybe she needs to go be in a home. There's multiple other ways than just having her, become a roommate. The next comment says, I would move out and go back with my parents. I'm being serious. This is a major problem where he decided this without even asking you. And then when you said you don't want this, he gave you a hard time and is moving forward with it anyways. It shows he doesn't see the house as yours and you as an equal. You need to leave. Okay, so there's 2 for divorce. Because I'm one of them, honestly. Listen, there's 8 billion people in the world. Is divorce fun? No. But is it worth it? Yeah, it can be. If you can't find somebody that's going to treat you as their equal and like worship the ground that you walk on while you worship the ground that they walk on, why be in that relationship? Why be in that marriage? Why be miserable? What if, just think for a second, what if this is the only life that we get? What if there really is nothing beyond this? What if it's just this and then nothing? Do you want to live it miserable and upset? Or would you rather just make a hard decision, go back with your parents, figure everything out, go through a divorce, move to a new state, make new friends, find a new lover if that's something you're interested in? You have 2 paths here, and each one of them is equally difficult. You can either stay and mother-in-law is going to move in because it does not sound like your husband's going to light up, or you can go. And each one has a completely different ending. And for me personally, when I'm looking at it from an outside perspective, the parents, like living with your parents and figuring that out on your own, that would be the path I would personally take. But everybody's different, and 7 years together is a really long time, but man, he cannot treat you like this. He can't just tell you what to do. There's nothing that gives me the ick faster than men trying to control anything. The last comment says, I think your marriage is already strained. If husband thought it was perfectly okay to announce a major decision that directly affects your marriage and home life, huge red flag telling you that mommy is his priority and he expects you to suck it up. Is this okay for the rest of your life, OP? No, baby girl, it's not. You gotta get out of there. Honey, you deserve better. I think 98% of us deserve better, and sometimes we just get so hard on ourselves that we don't see that we deserve better. But your internet bestie is here to tell you that you deserve better. This is unacceptable treatment. I would be fuming. My gasket would be completely blown. It'd be gone. I would have no brains left. All this pretty hair that you see, totally gone. I would hate this. This is just like, oh my God, I'm like anxious right now. I'm like anxious right here, right now. Like that's how you can tell. I'm like having a visceral reaction. The next story we're going to read today comes from AITA, and it says, am I the a-hole for humiliating my father-in-law at my wedding dinner? Me and my husband got married in the courthouse last week after being together for 6.5 years. Nothing fancy, but it was truly the happiest day of my life. I always thought people were exaggerating when they said that, but I'm glad I was wrong. Oh, love that for you. We had only our parents at the actual courthouse ceremony and planned a larger dinner party later into the night. We didn't exactly do speeches, but we decided to read our vows in front of all of our friends and family. I went first, and I'll be honest, I am a yapper and a crier. In the moment, I had no idea how long my speech was, but I was told it lasted about 6 to 7 minutes. Go off, queen. I just had so much love I wanted to share with him in the moment that I frequently strayed from what I originally wrote and went on tangents. My father-in-law then proceeded to get up, walk across the room, take the mic, and say to the party, try and keep it short, dearie. I just scoffed and said, well, I guess you would have the authority on short things. The room burst into laughter. Round of applause for this OP real quick. That is gold. Your comedic timing, gold. Making fun of a man, we love that here. Now, for context, my father-in-law is 60 years old and he is 5'3". Oh, yeah, why would we be talking about? We're talking about his height. Okay. We're talking about his height, you guys. It's fine. Now, for context, my father-in-law is in his 60s and is 5'3". He put 5'6" on his license, and I think the DMV just pitied him too much to correct it. He quite literally has the body of a 12-year-old boy. Ah! We have not had a great relationship with my husband's parents. In fact, he was completely no contact with his mother for 5 of the 6 years we've been together. I talked my husband into inviting them to the wedding because I do value the sentiment of them being there for his big day. Father-in-law initially waved his hand and just sat back down. I assume he took the joke like a champ and that was the end of it. I was truly on cloud 9 that night. As we were saying goodbye, I noticed that my father-in-law and mother-in-law had already gone. Oh well, they had animals at home and had a long drive. I sent a quick text in the group chat. Hey, sorry we missed your exit. Thanks so much for coming. It meant the world. Hope you had a great night. The next morning he calls me and explodes. He's screaming, cursing, and calling me names. Wow, good thing he didn't overreact. At a point, I just had to hang up because I was tired of being berated. I genuinely didn't even know what he was upset about at first. Then he shows up to our apartment to continue his tirade, saying I humiliated him and I should be ashamed for disrespecting him in front of all those people. My husband wasn't home, so I was just kind of stun-locked at this point. I could barely get a word out before he just stormed off. He's now blocked me on everything and won't speak to us. Am I the a-hole? It sounds like he has short man syndrome. You know, when little men are just like short and pissed off at the entire world just because they're short. Men want to say, oh, we want a woman with like a naturally curvy hourglass. But then if I say I want a man who's over 6 feet tall, I'm in the wrong. I think not. The tides are changing, honey. No, you're not the a-hole. He had it coming. Why would he get up there and think it's appropriate to basically mock your speech? You were literally just pouring your heart out to the person you love. I think that's so sweet. If I had somebody stand up and talk about how much they love me for 6 or 7 minutes at my wedding, oh my God. That is the nicest, sweetest, most like genuine thing you can do. It sounds like he's jealous. Not only is he jealous, but he's short and he's pissed because he's a short, angry man. We're going to call this episode Short Angry Men. Actually, we're not, but that is a good title for a different one. So maybe I'll have to think about that in the future. Okay, hopefully the angle didn't slightly shift there, but if it did, my camera just almost died and I would have lost all my progress. And I think I would have had a full-blown crash out, just like this angry short little man who is angry that he got called out for being a dick. I can appreciate you wanting his parents there, but I think at a certain point we also have to like respect our partners and say like, if you don't have a good relationship with your family and you don't want them at your wedding, that's okay. You don't have to have them there. You really don't. Family is chosen. After a certain point in life, for sure, you can pick and choose who you want in your life. And it sounds like these people haven't really made much of an effort to have a relationship with you or their son. So I don't know. You're definitely not an a-hole, though. I think that was the best witty, just, oh my God. Because he had it coming. He literally sat there and mocked you for your speech being too long. Shut the up. Go home. Just go home. Leave. You don't have to sit there and take the microphone and say, everybody needs to keep it short now, dearie. Get out of here, old man. Nobody wants you here. You were not wanted in the first place. You were only brought on because your daughter-in-law cares. That's the only reason why. And that probably won't happen again. I would not be surprised. This is how people become estranged. Be nice to people. I'm getting heated over here. The top comment says, not the a-hole for the joke, but honestly, this feels like karma for forcing your spouse to invite his parents when there was a good reason they were no contact. That's very fair too. It doesn't specifically say that he pushed back on it. It does say that she convinced him to be able to do it. Maybe it's a little bit of karma. Someone else says, was it just me that thought you were insinuating he had a small penis? No, girl, I was over here thinking the exact same thing. And I was like, damn, she really went for him there. Someone else says, he took the mic from the bride at her wedding. He basically got told to shut it. He got what he deserved. He got what he deserved. And if he can't handle it, then maybe he needs to take his short man syndrome and go figure it out. I'm sorry to all my short kings out there. Shout out to all my short kings. Don't worry about your height. You're fine. But if you're going to be like this, then yeah, all's fair in war and war, I guess, or whatever the saying is. The last comment says, now maybe OP will have a little more sympathy and understanding for why her partner has been low/no contact with his parents for the majority of their 6-year relationship. The majority of people who have normal parents and family members typically can't understand how anyone can cut off their family members and not to forgive and forget and invite them to important milestones regardless of whether they are in a tiff or not. The relationship with his parents is probably pretty toxic and OP needs to listen to her partner next time and let him handle whether or not he stays in contact with his parents. The retaliatory comment about his height was probably well deserved, but you also can't turn around and say it wasn't just a joke when it was clearly meant to put him in his place and humiliate him. Even though I agree it was nicely done and he very much deserved it, don't try to play it off as a joke, but rather own the comment and be grateful you were able to come up with a quick, sharp response in the moment, as most of us figure out the perfect thing to say days later while we are still replaying the moment in our heads. Sounds like father-in-law has met his match and just might think twice before he opens his mouth again to insult you next time. Good God, OP, please don't let there be a next time. Please don't come back and update this story and say, hey, there was a next time. Hi, it's future me. Well, not really in the future because I'm in the now. I don't know, whatever. I got this little tiny microphone thing when I first started this, and it's super cute. So I'm putting it to the test to make myself feel less terrible about everything. No, I'm just kidding. I'm having technology problems. Like, it is driving me crazy. My camera died right at the end of that recording. I don't really know where I left off. I don't really care because I'm exhausted. I'm literally so tired. Like, I cannot keep going. I can't. I'm so burnt out. I literally just got off of work. Like, hey. But anyways, I love you guys. I'm recording this on my phone right now because my camera died and apparently the batteries can just, die, and charging it's not helping. So, I need to go buy a new battery, but considering it is it's 12:16 a.m. I'm not going to be able to do that. Well, maybe. I don't know. I guess I live in a city. I don't know. I'm exhausted. I just worked an 8-hour shift. I'm like, oh, poor me, whatever. Anyways, I just want to come on here and say I love you. Sorry for the short episode. We're working through it. We're getting there. Well, my lava lamp's about ready to go right now. Oh, so peaceful. I need to go to bed. I am Delulu, and today it is not the Salulu. So, I love you. I appreciate you. I had full intentions of finishing this tonight, as you can see by my lovely studio. But yeah, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna go to bed. I love you guys. I will see you next week, next Sunday, a week from today. Yeah, I just love technology. I don't know. I don't. Man, it's been a brutal one between like dealing with the storage on my computer and now my camera. Oh my God. What else can go wrong? No, I'm not putting that out into the universe. I don't want to know what else can go wrong. I really don't. I just want to be peaceful and enjoy and go take this makeup off. Even though I look cute tonight. This is what I looked like when I was at work. Super cute. Love it. It's giving stoner. I work at a pot shop, so the vibes are immaculate. I'm having fun with this tiny little microphone in case you can't tell. Look how cute this thing is. Do the influencer. Do the influencer, the thing they do with their hands. Whatever. It's so not me. Holy cow. I am tired. I love you guys. I will see you next week. And comment below. First of all, you better go like this video. Go click that like button. It costs you nothing. It's easy to do. And I would really like it. I'd appreciate that. Damn, what was I going to tell you guys to do? Fuck. Oh, comment below. What do you want me to talk about? What topics? Because we just did in-laws, which I have a couple extra stories I have a couple of the stories that I didn't read tonight. They're already drafted. So let me know if you want those. If not, tell me what you want to talk about. Ooh, I have a really fun month for October planned too. I think we're going to do, what did I say it was? True crime, creepy stories, spooky season, and then Halloween. And that's going to be the whole month of October. So comment below. Leave me any type of fall emoji if you think that's a good idea. And I'm going to do it because I think it sounds like fun. Kind of branch out into a different direction. Oh my God. As this comes out today, I started my life over a year ago, which is crazy. absolutely crazy. I moved up here like I don't know. I'll tell you guys more about it someday. But I basically moved a year ago and I started my whole life over. Like, and I don't know, it's been crazy. I was like thinking back on the last year has been wild. So if you're thinking about starting over or if you're in a situation where you need to start over, let me be a beacon of hope and tell you that you can do it. And you got this. And I love you and I'm proud of you. And now I'm just talking for the sake of talking into this tiny little mic because I think it's cute. It's a vibe. Maybe I'll like take it out in public and like interview people and be like, sup. I don't know. I'm tired. I'm delusional. It's fine. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.